Movement number 4. Dragon seeks path. Dragon whips his tail.
Yo, my man, why you got on that purse, huh?
Hey, this ain't no purse. I'm the big deals. Don't do that. $100 Patron in the bid at, you heard? Get your money up, not your funny up.
Grr, blah. It's Prophet. It's the Mumful Podcast. Get your money up, not your funny up, dummy, you heard. Yo.
Strictly for the fans tour going on right now. Go to SFJNation.eventbrite, which is EVENTBRITE.com, and go check what cities I'm in. I'm probably close to you. I may be close to you, and get you a ticket. Just had to say that.
Fact though. Fourth top. Make sure you there or you a lame. You heard?
Facts.
Yeah, man. So, bruh. My son Glass his Malone.
Oh, my son Young Glassino.
Hey.
He was on the Breakfast Club today, and this is a song that he kind of dropped, I think, last week. I was gonna say kind of dropped a little bit ago, but I said kind of dropped last week, which didn't make sense. But anyway, he kind of dropped a little bit ago, and my son was talking about. By the way, I have a song. I've worked with Glass Malone before. I do have a song with him. I don't know where y'all can find that. If y'all can find the Burn Slow album, it's on there. YCMB is my excuse to stop. But he dropped a song called Tupac Must Die, which is, first of all, off tops, crazy title of the song. Crazy title of the song.
Definitely wild, clickbaitable.
And when you, like, when I first saw it, I cringed. I definitely cringed. And Glass is cool, like, you know what I mean? I've done a song with him, whatever. Glass is cool. It's just like, I knew what it was. You know what I mean? I knew what it was, and it was too obvious what it was in the beginning. And I'm not going to lie to you, I prejudged. Where's my lighter? I prejudged the hell out of it. So I kind of just let it go past the wayside, and I was like, man, I ain't even going to really pay attention to this because I know what this is, and found it. And, you know, I don't really rock with this like that. Right? Like, what's going on here? When he came on the Breakfast Club and kind of explained it more and through really understanding the story a bit more and really going through it, it kind of begs the question a little bit. Now, the name of the song is supposed to get your attention. I thought it was going to just be some
straight hating,
clout chasing type stuff. I thought that's what it was going to be. Now, I hate when fans do this to artists, so I shouldn't do this as a fan either. Now, getting to know what the song is, kind of a different little story. What do you feel about, before we get into what we feel about the actual thing, what do you feel about how he dropped it or how it was promoted or any of that? What were your initial thoughts when you saw it?
Well, just kind of all the stuff that's been surrounding Vlad, like, you know, like with him interviewing Keefy D and basically everybody tied to the whole.
Ever had anything to do with the Tupac or Death Row situation?
Yeah, like basically anybody who's
a janitor soon.
What happened?
You about to interview the Death Row janitor soon.
Yeah, facts. So it's like with that, like, I don't know, man. I just came a point where I was like, yo, I wasn't sure at first because I kind of felt like he was doing it because of all that stuff. But then, like you said, like the more and more you dove into it, you're like, okay, like, you know, it is still wild click. That's like a wild title just in general because it's like you can have that discussion without saying it like that, I guess. But I get why he did it, you know, for marketing wise. But I mean, it's clickbaitable. You know?
Are you mad at it for? Are you mad at him for doing it?
To be honest, man, like it's kind of annoying. It's a little annoying, you know. But I can't I don't know. It's kind of like I get annoyed by stuff like that. That's not just him. So I feel like I kind of have to keep that same energy for. I was a little annoyed by the "I'm not black." You know what I mean? So that kind of annoyed me in the same type of way. Like it's a little panderish. You know, like not so much the pander aspect. It's just the clickbaitable aspect of it, where it's like, all right, bro. Like I feel you, but
here's what I'm gonna say. I respect some good old fashioned clickbait. Don't get it twisted. I respect some clickbait. My thing is when it crosses the exact thing that made me not like clickbait or like certain things being talked about or certain things being thrown up for monetary gain was when Triple X passed. Because I'll be all the way honest. When I first started doing YouTube, I was like everybody else. A lot of people are still like this, where I was just trying to do whatever I could do to get views. Whatever I could do. It just didn't matter. I was so detached from what I was making.
Because sometimes I feel like as a creator, you forget that people watch you.
Yeah, and then when that happened, and I saw, like, I even did a video on it, and that's the day I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that no more. So when it comes to certain stuff like that, it upsets me. That's why I didn't really do a Rest in Peace Nipsey song or didn't do none of that stuff, because that stuff kind of gets me in a way. That stuff kind of gets me. You know what I mean? Like, and that doesn't mean I'm not going to do a Rest in Peace song, but it was just like, I don't know, the Nipsey hit me different. So it's just there's certain things that I felt should be left alone when it comes to clickbait. When it comes to clickbait, everything can be talked about, whatever. When it comes to clickbaiting, there's certain when it's just tasteless. So it's just like, I don't know. It's literally like makes my skin crawl. It's like cringy. Like, why? Ew. But
it's facts.
When you got to do what you got to do to get people to listen to it, and then I guess. So, what do you think about the message? First of all, if you don't know what this is going on, and some people are going to click on this, I feel like a lot of people are going to click on this and not know the whole Tupac Orlando story, only going to know from the Tupac side.
There's a lot of stuff that played into Tupac's death. I mean, if you really dive into it, like with what
hold on. Before we dive into it, because I want to have some structure. Before we dive into the story of them two, let's go ahead and do that, because I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, because what I'm saying is this is like, when you listen to something like this off top, you know, if you're a fan of Tupac, you're probably going to be offended. Like, you're going to go into this with, like, why would you ever say that about somebody? Why would you speak?
Most people are going to go into this offended.
Yeah, no doubt. Why would you speak amongst, about the dead?
Hold on, not to cut you off, but they literally got Lil Xan out of here. Somebody who literally wasn't even in that lane just for saying that Tupac was boring. So, Glass Malone was definitely majority of people coming in there. Let me see what the thumbs up to thumbs down is.
Especially when Glass Malone isn't a really popular person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's popular on the West, but, like, all in all, stuff like that, you heard. But in reality, though, the thing is that I feel like going into the song, people are going to be offended and stuff like that. But I think, like, the message behind what he's saying is, I'm not going to say it's valid because I don't want to co-sign something like that. But if you really pay attention to the entire Tupac story and you kind of see the events leading up to, Tupac's death and stuff like that, there was a lot of things that could have been changed to change that entire situation.
The Tupac thing, what I'm going to say about that, the Tupac thing is not as one-sided as they make it seem. It's not as, we popped him because he was a hater. This is what happened. So, and the streets been on this. Apparently, there was a fight at a mall for a chain, the Death Row chain.
Facts.
And they didn't. What most people are saying is, what coming out now is they weren't trying to rob the chain initially. It was just a fight, and when they dropped out the chain that he was wearing, so they took it off the Death Row guy, and it was Orlando's people's, I guess. So Orlando had the chain on in the show now. This was like Orlando and them were cool as shit before this. They was cool with him.
Right.
Like they was real close with him and stuff like that. And what happened was Tupac was not a gangbanger. Tupac should not have had anything to do with this. He had no dog in this fight. But when he went off and they saw Orlando with the chain, or no, I don't even know if they saw him with the chain. They just saw Orlando, said that's the dude, blah, 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 that beat me up for the chain. So Tupac hauled off and punched him, dropped him, and then they beat him down. But you have to remember, Orlando doesn't know what's going on. Or these were all grown, big men, and he was very young at the time.
Right.
And a known shooter. No. Like already pending cases at the time. So, according to Keefe E.D., what happened was Orlando wanted to head up with Pac because he couldn't take getting beat up from Pac because he wasn't a gang member, so he couldn't go back to Compton with that. So he wanted to head up. They couldn't. So they go to the club. They don't see him there, and they see him in traffic, and they pull up to him and they shoot him. He did say he had Tupac had a gun, but I don't believe that now.
Why do you not
so
believe
if
that?
you see, just gang logic. And
Why do you not believe that?
Because he's just trying to make a case. So, because you gotta think like he has immunity for certain things, but not everything, and not from everywhere.
Yeah.
So he's trying to build a case in case somebody tries to come and put these charges on him for self-defense. Because the trajectory of how the bullets hit, they kind of were more behind them than they were right next to him. Because everybody thinks they pulled up right next to him, they weren't.
Yeah, so that's a kind of like a little bit of the backstory and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't know how you feel about the song.
I feel about the song or the situation?
Well, both. Because to me, I feel like, I'm going to be honest, like, I kind of, like, in the situation with Tupac, bro, like, I don't really know what's unexpected.
I think with this whole situation, it's a tragedy, right? But I think that it was more Death Row's fault than it wasn't. I think that Death Row played a big role. Their immaturity, their wanting to be a gangster label, like a literal gang set and a record label just was not working.
Yeah.
It did not work, and that wasn't the vibe of what they should have been trying to do.
No doubt.
And I think that made a lot of people act different like Tupac. Pac had if they really cared about Pac, they should have not had him anywhere near that.
He had like a wild sense of street security that he shouldn't have felt, like, leading up to that. And his actions kind of led up a lot to just being in bad positions. It's like, bruh, like, can't do that kind of shit, man. You can't put yourself in situations like that when, you know, he didn't even have, I mean, he has street ties, but it's a little different than being a gang member, especially at that time in the late in 90s. Like, yo, gangbanging was real prevalent on the West. You feel me? So it's like, I'm booted. So I'm like, yo, to put yourself in a situation like that and not really understand the outcome is a tragedy, because like it's something that could have so easily been avoided.
You just don't jump as Bloods jump a known Crip who's a known shooter, and then think like nothing is going to happen. Like that's some very odd. Like, why was my thing is Death Row should have done so much more to protect Pac and not have him be on this gang stuff that it made no sense, because that he was the last one they really had to hold the label up.
No doubt.
And the people who say, like, there's people who literally think that Suge Knight set up Pac.
Which that doesn't make sense because he was in the car, so just...
You know what kind of Matrix shooter you had to hire in order to sit in the car and you twice as big as the target? Like, what?
And they cheesed the whip up. It wasn't like they just, they cheesed that shit up. You know what I mean?
And people think that the biggest misconception of that thing is that people think that the bullets on the side is the shit that killed Pac. It wasn't.
Yeah,
there was bullets through the back window.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. A lot of that stuff could have been avoided, bro. They should have protected Pac way more. Huh?
Say Tupac deserved to die? No.
Nah, I don't. Nah, I mean, because nobody deserves to die, but he put himself in a very serious situation that caught like 100% was direct result in why he died. So I mean, nobody deserves anything unless they do something. Well, I mean, I'm not even gonna say that, but he didn't do nothing like that.
To deserve to die, like he didn't deserve to die because he wasn't the only person that jumped that dude.
Yeah, no doubt.
So like the fact that he was the only one that they killed is some clout shit. Like, I get he was a part of the jumping, but why was he the only nigga y'all went after? Like, y'all went to the club, guarantee y'all saw some of them other niggas. Guarantee y'all could have caught some of them other niggas there quicker, like, easier. Like, come on, man. You did that shit because that was...
But you getting your stride, yeah, I mean, that's clout. I mean, yeah, but... It's different, though, because the other niggas that were fighting were gang members. You know what I mean? Pac wasn't a gang member, so that's why they wanted that so bad.
That's weird logic to me.
That's normal street logic, though.
But what are you saying? They get a pass?
Who
for jumping you?
Nah, but it's different because you gonna catch them in the hood. You know what I mean? Like because what I'm saying is he's from the South Side Crips, right? Off top, they're going to beef with Inglewood. Off top, they're going to beef with different hoods. So it's like, when you are going against blood niggas and you a West Coast nigga, especially at the time, that's such a normal thing. Like, they probably knew them niggas on a first name basis. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's a little different than you getting jumped. That's like you going to Fruit Top and getting jumped by Soulja Boy and his niggas. The nigga that you gonna want to get back at is gonna want to be Soulja Boy. You feel me? Like, it's just simple as that. Like, you're not gonna.
Yeah, okay, I see.
Like, it is clout, but that's because like you just let a clouded up nigga stoop down to your level in a weird sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the sense of what they were dealing with. Like, I wouldn't have got stomped out by Pac either. He didn't have a choice but to shoot at that nigga. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. Like but I'm saying that's by street logic. Like, street logic wise, logically speaking, that's what had to have happened. You feel me? Now I don't think like it would probably be handled the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, in this day and age, because I don't feel like, not saying niggas don't shoot, but I'm saying I'm
gonna keep it a buck though. The equivalent of that at that time would be if like the G, like if you were in Chicago. And the GD, like them niggas is somebody gets jumped from the other, from the other side, and then a rapper. Now I think it's probably still because you got to put the equivalency. The equivalency.
Yeah.
Those gangs are not this. All gangs is crazy, but like them niggas in Chicago is killing everybody. So I think if that would happen, you would probably see that coming from a mile away. Like, yeah, it's not, okay. I'll put it this way. Nobody deserves it. Nobody. But did you see it coming? Could you now more see it like
understand why it's happening? Okay. Yeah. It is an understanding on why it's happening. I don't know, man. Overall, it's crazy. I mean, it's definitely crazy that Vlad got Keefy D and all that stuff up here, bro. Like,
listen, this Tupac and Biggie thing has been something since before I knew how understood English. Something that I've literally been so interested in, and I feel like I solved the case way before everybody else did, but it's cool though. But like there's so many documents. I think I've watched every single, and now that like I'm not gonna lie to you, when I heard that Keefy D confession tape, it gave me like goosebumps because I was finally like, I knew it. Like the fact that it came out. Like, if anybody wants to act like that's still a mystery or like a conspiracy, then come on guys,
we know who killed Pac.
He said it. Like, he definitely said it. Like,
yep, that's big facts.
But like I said, rest in peace, Pac. I wish, like, obviously that didn't happen, but like stuff like that is when somebody is tripping. But, like, when I think of stuff like Nipsey or X or stuff like that, that's the stuff that be killing me. Like, when it's just like, God, like, really, like, there wasn't much else somebody could have done in that situation. You know what I mean? Like,
because he like literally got killed for no reason. Just by some hating ass nigga.
It's crazy.
Definitely crazy, bro. Definitely
This is one
some
of them
wild
Jones,
shit.
though. This is one of them Jones, though. Like, I don't like it. Like I said, I don't like the name of it. It's cool. But I'm not even done watching the whole Breakfast Club interview yet.
Me either, yeah.
So I gotta peep how he freaked that. You know what I mean? So
No doubt. No doubt. Yo, off top, make sure you drop a like on the video. Make sure you comment. Make sure
subscribe,
you subscribe. Dickhead.
We're on the road to 5,000, man. Stop
We
playing.
out here. Grr. Whole lot of gang issue, heard?